Aloha, this is Aja Eyre. Welcome to the Maui Pono Network weekly update. This is the week of February 23rd, 2024. So not a lot going on with the county governance this week, but we do want to talk still about the Olowalu dump site in Lahaina and some findings that Maui Pono Network people have found this week. We submitted tests of the soil and the ash in the Lahaina area for rigorous heavy metal and toxin testing. And as we suspected, 90% of the heavy metal toxins are contained in the ash and not in the soil beneath the ash. This begs the question again of why they're just lumping all of the ash and the inches of soil beneath it, or up to a foot of soil, or whatever it is, however much they're taking. I'm sure it's different per site, to the same dump site. Members of Maui Pono Network are meeting with the administration and hoping the administration moves on the suggestion that the ash, the toxic heavy metal laden ash, be separated, contained differently than the rest of the soil and the other materials taken from the burn sites in Lahaina, and so that we can better contain the heavy metals and the toxins and not just mix it all together in the dump site at Olowalu. Speaking of Olowalu, we are looking forward to, hopefully next week, the administration and the county letting us know where that permanent site is going to be and what the time frame is, and so that we do not need to continue dumping at the fragile ecosystem at Olowalu. There have been a number of protocol breaches over there. There's been, adverse weather. It is winter, so we're seeing a lot of wind, a lot of rain over there, and still these protocols are not being followed, the county's and state's old and federal government's own protocols. So we're looking forward to getting more news on the permanent site, and we're hoping, and we'll let you know if the administration takes our recommendations, that the ash be separated from the surrounding soils when they do the cleanup there. Other things that are happening, the state is just hot and going with lots of bills. This is the legislative session, and especially because of the fires here, there's been a lot of bills that have been getting a lot of attention. The Lahaina Strong, which is a community advocacy group, has been posting and sending emails about a lot of the bills that specifically relate to Lahaina and to Maui. State Bill 3381, which is what we talked about for a long time last week. I'm not going to go into too much detail. You can look up news stories on this, but it has passed its next reading. It goes to the Ways and Means Committee this week, and so it's kind of moving right through the Senate. It still has to go through the House before it's made into law. At Maui Pono Network, because we are all about government transparency and local governance, we have some major concerns still about SB 3381, such as the ability it has to just really disempower the county in making its own decisions, and allowing Governor Green to really appoint the people for this critical first 2.5 years of running this community development commission, and having so much power placed in the hands of these people that are just going to be appointed by the governor on how Lahaina and the West Side is developed. That's very concerning. Other people have a lot of concerns about eminent domain. They have concerns about the length of the bill, that it doesn't have an expiration date. There's also concerns like the county already has in its power to do all of the things that this bill is empowering the Lele Community District board to do. So it's kind of doubling up on jurisdiction, and we see this as a way to disempower the county of its jurisdiction. So lots of concerns there. Lahaina Strong has major concerns. They're following that. Maui Pono Network, we have concerns. You can follow this on the news. You can type in Hawaii SB 3381 and you can see where the bill is. They are still accepting testimony at the Senate level. You can also send testimony in. It'll be attached to the bill as it continues to the House. Some of the other bills that have come up this week and have passed first reading are SB 2904, SB 2908, and SB 2762. These all have to do with rent protection and short-term rentals and just property protection for people who are in rentals and landlords also. So you can take a look at those. They're just going through first reading. We're going to follow those bills and see what happens. But again, it's kind of exciting right now at the state because we're seeing a lot of participation from Maui. We're seeing a lot of our Maui elected officials putting forth bills that are actually getting through their first readings. And, we're excited about that. That's always helpful when we see our own local officials able to have some say in laws that are governing our county. So along those lines, we still just have the three. We have Kelly King, who is a previous council member who has pulled papers and has submitted them, and she'll be running for her old county council seat. Carolee Kamakona is making another run for the downtown seat, and there's also been Ed Cordelia, who has pulled to run here up country, and we're guessing that Yukile Sukumura is going to also run again. Just three people so far. So we're looking forward to hearing about who is going to be pulling their papers and running for the county council seats in this coming election. There's been a lot going on because this is a presidential election this year, so I'm sure everybody's following that. But don't forget those important local positions that really have a lot to do with your day-to-day life. So they're important positions. These people make major decisions on your behalf. So we'll continue to keep you updated. And don't forget, a couple months we'll be starting our infamous Maui Pono Network interviews of the county council state positions and mayor and governor positions when they run. There won't be a mayor and governor position running this year, but we always do interviews with these, and we're looking forward to getting started on those. If you're planning on running, let us know. We're happy to help you. We can help you get started. We have a great guide for people that are running in local elections, and we just really appreciate people who put forth all that effort and just do that scary thing of pulling papers and running. So congratulations to those of you who are thinking about it. Let us know if there's a way that we can help you make that dream a reality. Hope you have a great week. Hope you're able to just spend some time reading up on what's happening and send testimony in. You can be an armchair activist if you want to this week. Look at those state bills, send in some testimony, and aloha. We'll see you next week.